How long have we been streaming for? I wonder. An hour. Okay, so it feels longer, but although, you know, I will say we barely did anything, and this is still an hour. So at that point, so one thing to... Oh yeah, the kids behind the bookshelf, right? Yeah. That's the thing. I think at that point, one thing I need to do is I will use my very handy dandy website to keep track of the Pokemon I have. I'm going to move the mic a bit. There we go. So I need to know what Pokemon I need to catch. So, bam. So we have this. We have this. So what do we have next? I'm just going to go through the entire list. Right. We have Ms. Rivas. Right. We have the Smack'em, which is Mariama. Then we have Hitmontop. Furt. Because there's some I need to level up, but I think evolve, right? Because it's more convenient to evolve them since you get them at such a high level. Some of these Pokemon, it's better to evolve. Not the case for Slugma, because the level is a bit further than I want to, so it's better to just catch the evolution directly. Where is the Slugma? Where's the Slugma on the list? Did I not put Slugma there? I'm certain I did. Oh no, it's because I already caught a Slugma. So basically, we don't even need the Slugma. I already have a Slugma. So that Slugma is staying on this save file. I don't care about it. It's one less Pokemon to transfer. Oh no, I guess we need to purify it? No, we don't need... We need to catch it. So we do need to catch it for Togetic, but we don't need to purify it. We would need to purify it for Ho-Oh, though. So let's keep that in mind. Yeah, sorry, it's not super interesting what's going on right now. I'm just doing the checklist. If you're interested, the website is, I think, in the Twitch description or something. I think I put it there. Actually, I'm certain I put it there. Yep, and we have Dunsparce. I ordered them by level, so... Swablu, we already have a Swablu. So that's another one we don't need to... Oh wait, no, I guess we have both, actually. We already have a Swablu and a... Yeah. It's all good. Did I not put Swablu? I think... Oh, I think I didn't put Swablu. Did I miss it? It's also the perfect way to check. Okay, no, Swablu is there. It's just low on the list. Okay. Bam, then we have Raikou. So I know I caught Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. We have Quagsire. Which I don't need. Very convenient that it is already evolved. Ledian. Ampharos. So that's why we needed to evolve. And it has evolved. So perfect. That's really good. Gligar. Stantler. Once again, I apologize. It's the boring part. It's the part where this game, this playthrough becomes a living dex now. Right? That's the part where I stop playing for fun. Because of all the fun we're having. And instead, so you see, like, Fortress, not having to evolve, catch, and evolve, is really good for Fortress. Ariados, you know, it's not too bad, whatever. Grand Ball, actually good that we don't need to evolve it. Where is Grand Ball? Grand Ball's right there. Jumpluff, again, another one that's great, that we can easily evolve right away. So that one already counted. Sudowoodo. Bam. Delibird. Delibird, which is... where is Delibird? It's right there. Sunflora, another one. Great, like that's a Sunstone we don't need. Bam. Easy game. Heracross. Super inconvenient to get done. Skarmory. Like, they give you a lot of different and cool Pokemon. I wish I could use them. That's my problem. I love that those are included, but I wish I could use them. I really do. Miltank. Where is the Miltank? There's the Miltank. Absol. Absol, one of the coolest looking Pokemon. At least I like it a lot. Houndoom, another one. Great. Like another one that's great that we don't need to do. Tropius. My favorite. And we don't need to get neither, like, Catch and Evolve Metagross and Tyranitar. Like, that's just awesome. That's super convenient. For as many inconveniences as this game has. Like, that's one thing that's really cool. And so Nutbug, we needed to evolve it into Flygon. So we have it, which is great. We have the 2 starters, and then we have Entei and Suicune. So we are missing the 2 other Gen 2 starters. We need to catch Quilava and Croconaw and have them evolve. Murkrow, Shuckle, Sneasel, Ursaring, Remoraid, and Smeargle. After this, we catch Togetic, and then after that, it's Ho-Oh and Jirachi. So, bam. And, sorry, I was not reading chat, so I'll go back a bit. And no, I do not have a Twitter. I have nothing. And yeah, I know there's a list that's saying what I'm missing, but I also need to keep that stuff on the tracker. Because that's what I use to keep track of the living decks, not just this game and what I'm missing. Alright, so what is going on here? They all snuck away. They all snuck away while I opened the door. But yeah, another thing what this place reminds me of is the fact that we got a TM here. And one of the ways Pokemon games allow you to experiment and you know, play the way you want to and to overcome challenges is they dump so many TMs on you by exploring the world and beating trainers. They give you so many that you are able to personalize your team and the way you want to play. This game doesn't. You barely have any TMs. And they're not good. The ones they give you are not good. And the rest you gotta buy. I'm not even sure the rest is that great. Oh, no, it's this house here? No, it's not here. It's this one. Okay, so we were saying we go here. And yeah, the guide is connected with the tracker. Yep. So if I complete the tracker... But the tracker is not even close to being done. I only have this game so far. On the website, I have other stuff on the local version, but I need to update it. Yeah. This rogue hangs around Pirate's entrance. Sounds like Kyle recently battled this creepy trainer. Oh, is that how it works? How does this work? Let's see what the game tells us versus how this mechanic works. Like recapturing old Pokemon and stuff. Well, not old, but... So how does this work? Yo, dude. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how the game handles this. So we do a battle. What level is this battle? 56? Sweet lord! I guess we did beat a level 60, 65, what is it, 61 to 60 something trainer. Man. Boy. Boy, oh boy. The good old Earthquake. That strat is good. See, I'm using good double battle strat. What is Reflect? It's just defense, right, on the team? Yeah. Which I guess is good, because ground is physical. Alright, so it never ends. I guess we are taking down the Gardevoir. You're going down. You're going downtown. Kabam! Nope, there's no damage. No damage. Nice. Yeah, the Earthquake strat does not work if the opponents have actual moves. And if they just wake up instantly, too. Doesn't help. I guess we could crunch Gardevoir. Yeah, that's still not a lot of damage. Oh no, that's special! Right. It is special in this game. I keep forgetting because, like, the animations are literal jaws snapping, like, closing. But no, it's special. It's mental jaws. You got a shiny Ammonite on the first fossil. That's more random shinies that I ever encountered. Like, genuinely, like, I only ever got 2 shiny. One of them was the shiny Gyarados. I guess I got several, so it's not one, but... And the other one was an Absol, a shiny Absol. That was not even from me, it was a gift to someone. So I did the whole... It was in Gen 4, so it was like the Poke Radar? Poke something. To get a chain going. And it's funny because it was my first attempt at going for a chain. And I was at school while doing it. And I actually got a shiny Absol. Oh yeah, that's right. We also need to transfer Pokemon. So that's the thing. I'll actually need to look up how that stuff works. Yeah, I think you're getting toxic. Hey, aren't you the one person who made a website? I am one of the people who makes websites. Yes, indeed. I made one of them that's about Pokemon. Yes, indeed. Cool of you to notice. Okay, so at least Reflect is off. Majority of the TMs are in the Colosseums. Right, but that's not... There's a reason why the Pokemon games just give them to you. Because then you end up with like a bunch of TMs, including ones for moves you may not know about or have used before. Like, they make that stuff real easy for you to obtain, right? Because the problem with having TMs be purchasable is that you gotta know what you're looking for already. Which comes back to the point I was making where they made Stadium. They made like a game where you should just be able to make these teams or like have it be super convenient because that's the game they made. It's the game where, like, you know, they don't teach you anything. That's the thing about this game. They really don't teach you anything. You're supposed to come in with Pokemon knowledge. Like, every Pokemon game, core Pokemon game, leads up to, you know, that's why they're easy. Like, if anything, I'm not complaining that this game is a bit tougher. Is that I feel it's less honest with what it wants to be. Because this game is very much expecting the player to already be familiar with Pokemon and the strategies and the combat and everything. Because it doesn't teach anything, and the challenge becomes super intense pretty quick. But that's not the game they made. Like, that's the game they wanted to make, but they didn't fully make it. Because getting all the different Pokemon is so inconvenient. Okay, bam, look at this. Double KO. Easy. Lengthy, but easy. Hello, Lucario, the Midnight Lucario. Welcome. You're catching, if this is your first stream, you're catching the good one. Because, I'm feeling good right now. We finished this game. We're doing the cleanup. We're having fun. Life is beautiful. The sky is, well, it's not quite blue here. It's kind of gray. But things are looking up. Things are looking beautiful. You know, I'm trying to get the living decks back, you know, underway instead of playing the story and complaining about the game. And then, yeah. Excitement. Excitement is back. The living decks. It's also back. The fights, though, they're also back with the super lengthy animations. That is the sad part. That is the part that is gonna take us some time, because even knowing where the Pokemon are, we're gonna have to go through some fights, and it seems people have leveled their Pokemon up. I don't know if every trainer is gonna be high level like this, but we'll see. Okay, so the trainer used a Shadow Crocodile. The trainer's name was... Oh, okay, so this is how the game... Okay, Snag'em Hideout. So now we know the Snag'em Hideout has the Pokemon we're looking for. Oh, I wonder if the fortune telling gives us something. So Snag'em Hideout, we're gonna get Crocodile. Yo. Wait, what? Yeah? Deep under the ground, a swirling black cloud. I see it clearly. That black whirlpool of smoke is a new enemy. Go with caution. Cool, I'll be careful not to go into swirling black clouds underground. Whatever that means. So we're gonna go to Snag'em Hideout. We're gonna follow what the game tells us. Wait, so where's Snag'em Hideout? Wait. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Wait. That's a new area. Oh. Wait a second. New content. Brand new content. Would you look at that? We're finally gonna get to go to the place we went to at the beginning of the game, where we thought, you know, back when we thought the game was gonna have a plot. Remember that cutscene? That looked like, you know, we were catching the plot in the middle, like something was happening, there were stakes, maybe a rivalry going on, like a redemption arc for the main character or something. I remember those days. Those were the good days. We were innocent. We were thinking, man, Colosseum, I hope this game's good. It certainly looks cool. Back when we were innocent. Oh! And we have a Crash Bandicoot soundtrack playing. You've got mail. What is the mail? Some more garbage. What do you want? Stop spamming me. Kale wanted to tell me that the Shadow Crocodile's trainer is named Balluno. Please take care. Well, here's the thing. It's not helpful because I probably need to fight the other trainers regardless. It's not like I can choose. Oh, there is a machine here, but no healing machine. Like, what do you... They do this again. There's a trading machine. So they clearly knew, hey, we don't want to inconvenience you. But there's no healing machine. Wait, what are you... Ugh. Ah, hello, hello. Welcome. So no, we're not done with this game. We have more fighting to do. Ooh, Ninjask. Look at this. Beautifly. Still my favorite Pokemon name ever. Beautifly. My argument against the new Pokemon games being too easy has always been that it's not the game that get easier, but instead it's the players that get more experience. The Pokemon games were always easy. Like, genuinely. And it's not even that bad. I think the problem is not that the games are easy. Is that there's a lack of challenge if you're looking for it. There's a reason why Nuzlocke runs have become so big. It's because people who have experience with the games have to make their own challenge. The game, there's no way in the game to make your own challenge. It's either you play the story, or if you're interested in a bigger challenge, you do the tower. But that's not a... That's such different content. It's not... It's very, very different type of content. It has nothing to do with the core games. Like, there's no way to play the core game, but have it be more difficult if you are experienced. But, like, yeah, the Pokemon games were always super easy. Like, I did the Living Dex in 1 and 2. I can tell you, just press A a bunch. If you have the right type, you don't even need to care about status moves or anything. It is just press A, level up your one guy, and you're good. Like, if anything, the only challenge for me comes from playing like an idiot. Like, how much like an idiot can I play and still make it? And turns out, you can play the entire game, buy a bunch of items, and you'll beat any Pokemon games. Any Pokemon game. And that's also a perfect example of fun over balance / challenge, because it's easy, right? Pokemon games are super easy and still are. Like, they were super easy and still are. I should have... Yeah, Entei was the right choice here. And yet, they're still fun. They're super easy. And yet, they remain interesting to play. Right, fun has nothing to do with balance or challenge. Well, Confusion. For example, when playing Platinum a few years ago, I lost to Cynthia, and while playing Black and White, Lenora was still challenging. So I'm guessing Lenora is the final boss fight. But yeah, like, it is... Like, the Pokemon games are super easy. Usually, it's just the final trainer that is the only tough fight. And I really wish there was a mode. There was, like, an extra mode. Like, something. You can purposefully have, like, a bit of a tougher experience. But here's the problem, and that's one thing we're learning with this game, is that taking the core Pokemon experience and changing a few things just to change them can break, like, the entire experience if you're not careful. Because this game is pretty much Pokemon, like the core Pokemon formula, but with a few things changed, and it completely breaks the fun of the game. Like, these few tweaks that don't seem like a lot completely break how fun the game is. Like, how the experience works, like having double battles be the only way to fight. Like, there's so many ways. Like, it breaks the experience in so many ways, so I guess they'd rather not take any risks. Also, can someone explain to me, if you can't Toxic a Steel Pokemon, how can you Sleep it? I don't know. I never understood the Steel type. Oh, Lenora's the second gym. Oh. She uses normal types? Is Black and White... Isn't Black and White like the first gym is normal? I don't know. I never played Black and White, so actually the less I know, the better I am. Alright, I'm done with this. Let me just bring in the big guns. Oh, Black and White 2 is where normal is first. Okay. Okay. Because I recall someone telling me this while we were doing the Beat Reel challenge. And that is a good idea. That is a great way, because it allows you to basically use any Pokemon you want instead of being funneled. Because the Rock Gym being the first gym is such a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Hey, Bass. You missed me destroying the dude's team. And that's it. The fights still take forever, as it turns out. So one thing I want to try, I want to see if it's as bad as I think it is. So I think at that point, like, we probably should at least pretend. I really don't want to do this, but at least pretend like we care. I should at least get like higher levels there. Oh, Nugget, Metal Coat. Look at these items. We should at least pretend like we care and get like one of these dudes in the front lines, right? How's our team looking? That you know, like, you're not so great, Suicune. You really are not. You're kind of a bummer. You're kind of a sucky Pokemon. It's sad that the best Pokemon in the game are the starters, because like that's good, very powerful, and a good tank, really good tank, this Umbreon. Oh right, no, oh yeah, someone did tell me that like Tyranitar is a flute Pokemon, because it's kind of the biggest Pokemon to purify, so just using the flute is the way to go. Yeah. I forgot about this part. I forgot. There we go. I just need to know where the flute is. But yeah, baffling things like this. Like, why allow me to change Pokemon, but not allow me to heal them? Alright, let me go back and heal them. And let's see, it doesn't spawn the fights again. Hopefully not. Last flute is at the top of Story Mount Battle. Oh, then we're not getting it. We might not get it. It depends. Actually, we might need to do it just to get money to buy the whatever it is, the the pay-to-win mechanic. I haven't seen any of the Colosseum gameplay. I've never seen any of this game. Is this the one with the Shadow Pokemon, or is that XD? It's both. It is both, but the problem with this game is the less you deal with the Shadow mechanic, the better you are. Like how are you supposed to do the fight? Oh, so you have to redo them. Oh wait, no, it's another one. What? It's Crub this time. Great. So that's awesome. So you go back and then you have to deal with this again. Great. Oh, we're back to good gameplay town. But yeah, check this out. So now we might lose turns randomly. Like this. That's a turn. We lost our turn. Because it went into Hyper Mode, which Shadow Pokemon can do randomly. And when it goes into Hyper Mode, you cannot use anything else but Shadow Rush. And it also eats your turn. See, like it doesn't do the move anymore. And now we don't have moves too. Like that's the extra good part about Shadow Pokemon, is that they have no moves. You have to lower them and then they start having moves. And if I want to lower Metagross's bar, right, it's awesome gauge, I need to call it. I need to call the Metagross, which eats another turn. I think speedrunners don't even deal with Shadow Pokemon. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. How do you purify them beyond that? So either you get a flute, which instantly purifies a Pokemon, but those are limited. Or there's a mechanic where you can buy items that lower the gauge, lower the shadow, the heart gauge. But this whole mechanic is poorly thought. It's just, it really is badly designed. It's a good idea in theory, but the execution is the worst aspect of this game by far. Like, this game without Shadow Pokemon is actually a lot better game. It would still have issues, but yeah. Alright, so if I call Metagross, so I call, hey Metagross, yuck gross. Look at that, it went down, but we lost a turn again. And it's extra bad because if it was in singles, losing a turn or losing a Pokemon, right, it's not too bad, whatever. In doubles, losing a turn on one of your Pokemon, it snowballs really quickly. Like, really, really quickly. Like, if the format was not doubles in this game, the call mechanic would not be as bad, but because it is, it is. It's pretty insane like this. After some research, I did learn that Hyper Mode doesn't consume a turn in XD. Yeah, I bet, because everybody's telling me, hey, XD fixed the shadow mechanic. That would be the first thing to do, is make it so you don't lose turns randomly. Because that's the worst. It's like, basically, what if all your Pokemon were permanently confused? Although, you know, not technically exactly like that, but it brings the same level of frustration. Like, you use a move, but maybe sometimes it won't do it. So see, all of a sudden, so that's hilarious. All of a sudden, I switched 2 of my Pokemon into Shadow Pokemon, and now we're getting just creamed. We're getting destroyed. It's not even close. The moment we have to deal with this mechanic again, we are just getting obliterated. It is so sad. Yes, yeah, so the speedrun, yeah, I bet that is the way you play this game. Like, had I known, that's the way I would have played the game. Espeon and Umbreon the entire time, never swap anything. And keep the flutes for the very end. So I can use the flutes on high-level Pokemon. Man, that's so sad. That's so sad. That's so sad, this game. You know, and that's the thing, like, I'm back to complaining about this game. Because when we were doing fights, at least, you know, the fights were long, but they're neatly designed. So there's some strategy, you need to pay attention. Now we're back to this game's basic garbage, which is dealing with the shadow mechanic, dealing with respawning trainers, dealing with the game having the presence of mind. Like, they actually do know, hey, we don't want you to leave because then trainers respawn. So they have the presence of mind to give you a machine to switch your team if you need to, but not a healing machine. So we're back to this garbage. We're back to this. Check this out. How do we heal our team? Well, we do this. Yeah, we do this. Yeah. I'm healing my team right now. Yeah, look at this team being healed. Look at that healing. It's a Pokemon Center simulator. Yeah, my team is getting healed. I love it. Bam. You have to, you know, basically, yeah, you're pretending you are the Pokemon Center girl. So you have to put every Pokemon on the machine, and then yeah, there we go. They're all healed. Done. Look at this. Awesome, isn't it? Wasn't it a fun time? You know. So they knew they didn't want you to leave. Yeah, it's stuff like this where you're like, I'm not even sure these people played games before. It certainly doesn't look like it. Oh, come on. Pick some stuff up. You can see some oh, what do you want? This game's PDA was never used, and then now it's like getting spammed. Shadow Pokemon lists. I analyzed the Shadow Pokemon list again, discovered 6 more. The additions are Tyranitar, Misdreavus, Slugma, Smeargle, Absol, and Heracross. Cool. I already have them? Oh, so I guess we're missing Smeargle. So yeah, like, basically, I think we need to catch both of them are going to be in this place, and the rest, I think, most of them are going to be refights, right? Remoraid. Yeah. They want you to use potions. Yeah. I bet. It's stuff where you're like, it's like where in the town, there's a town where to heal you need to spend 100. That's like, what game are you making? What oh yeah, buy potions. Yeah, sure. That's how Pokemon games work. That's why they're so successful. Because they are like every other RPG. Oh wait, that is exactly what makes them more successful than other RPGs, is because they're not like other RPGs. I'm not talking to you. I'm only gonna talk to the blue and the red dude. I'm not wasting any more time on this game. Kidding me? Just picking all of this up. Pick this up. Rare candy. Oh, I do have rare candies. That is good to note. it will be useful to get our evolutions. Oh, I guess that's the place with the cutscene. Look at this. Remember the cutscene at the beginning of the game? That was in this room. With the dude being angry and being like, what's going on? Oh, it's crazy. We ruined the place. We blew one thing up. We blew like one room up. Turns out we actually blew up the entire building. I did not know that was the way this worked. Hello everyone. Welcome to Pokémon Colosseum. We are in the post-game right now. Hopefully our time with this game will be over soon. Because... See, that's why you may think, because I'm so down on Colosseum, that I just want to be done. And yeah, I do want to be done. But I think, most importantly, people have been telling me XD is this game but fixed, which, like I said, hey, this game has some really good parts. If you fix the issues, it could be a really good game. So now I'm extra excited for XD, because it could be the game I was actually expecting Colosseum to be. You know, a game with story, maybe not. I've heard story is not the strong suit. But actual fun mechanics with, you know, the shadow mechanic. Not the worst to do anything in. I wonder if there's a glitch for purifying shadow Pokemon faster. I don't think there is. If there was, you can be sure the speedruns would be using them. Speedrunners are great at figuring that stuff out. PP up! Our Pokemon are not... See, that's also a weird thing. PP up don't mean anything in this game because we don't actually fight with the same Pokemon long enough. Look at that! Look at this! What are you... I'm stuck! What are you doing? Who are you? Okay. Move out of the way, bodybuilder Colas. Cola? Pupitar and Shelgon. So I'm assuming none of these fights feature bad Pokemon, like smelly Pokemon. Actually, whatever. Let's do the good old press A bunch strats and see if it works. It seems to be doing okay. What's your favorite games to play and stream? Oh, it's stream and yeah. Well, I don't stream the games I actually play. But right now, I'm not super inspired. I don't actually play that many games. I really don't. I mostly read and draw emotes. I don't know. I'm not feeling like super gamey right now. So apart from Pokemon that I play on stream, I don't actually play a lot of games. I do play a lot of games, but oh, Fireheart, holy Fireheart. With the Leafeon. Look at this. It's great because you see... Thank you very much for the subscription. Not only do you get to see the Leafeon, the 2-month Leafeon, but also you can see the sub emote, the sub icon. I've been working on those as well. So it's really silly because, you know, I'm very much not an artist, but I was supposed to commission to have the sub icons and emotes be commissioned by someone who actually knows what they're doing. And turns out I actually started making them myself and I found it fun. Now, I don't know if they look any good. I try to make them look pretty decent, but... At least I'm having fun with it. There's something about making stuff that I really enjoy. That's the same reason why I made my own website. I just like making things myself, even if it means it'll be lower quality. At least I learn, right? I learn to draw things a little bit. Oh, thank you very much. You enjoy the emotes. There's one that's still not... I was talking about this earlier. There is one that's still not there. That is the Rayquaza with glasses, with sunglasses. It's available on the Discord, but it's not available there. Could you move, sir? Could you? Thank you. Okay, I did not even want to fight them. Oh my god. Could you move? There's a book here, probably some plot. It's the only plot in this game. Just please, sir. Never mind, there's nothing here. Wait, so... if this was the plate, why are they keeping this here and not in the protective cage? Whatever. I'm asking too many questions. Clearly, post-game is done. It's not the time where they're going to introduce things. At least this game has the decency of allowing you to skip fights. Instead of having encounters just happen when people see you. Or I get in this game, I guess it's not when they see you, is when you get close. Oh my god. So, and whenever I go here, they fight me. I guess it's the game going, hey, you're gonna go heal your team. Gonna make your job more difficult. Which, you know, I can there's something there. I guess it's not bad. It's just you're not the trainer I want to fight. I want to fight the big dog. I want to fight the trainer with the Pokemon I want, the smelly Pokemon. I want the smelly fights. I want to fight smelly people. At the end of the day, as long as you're enjoying the process, having a good time doing it, that's what matters. Well, thank you very much. I do enjoy making it. Plus, I actually learn. I'm learning some stuff, and that's how you get better. See, I can't draw. So how do you learn to draw? Well, you draw. That's how it works. Not that, you know, I want to be an illustrator. It's not my thing, but I'd still like to know some stuff, at least. Love your website. Used it a few times for Pokemon Silver. Oh, I'm super pleased that you actually used it. The Gen 3 part has been taking forever, because I'm more busy with the rest of the content, like the YouTube content and stuff. So that's why things have been pretty slow. But it's also because, and that's the thing that I did with Gen 2, but since I was not streaming Gen 2, or was, you know, I streamed everything in one week and then was editing all this for months. Is the way I make the guide is I make the guide kind of alongside playing the game, so I know, like, I can fix issues as I'm playing the games, like things I didn't think of. And considering I've not played either XD and Colosseum, and my knowledge on Gen 3 was limited, it was hard to make the guide with limited knowledge like this. So that is why I didn't make the guide before playing the games. Alright, it's time to heal. What do we need? We need to heal you, right? I don't even know. Just put you in the box. You, I think. I'll go in the box. And you also. No, you. I think you. I don't even know. I'll put everybody on the in the box. It's fine. Ooh. How much does a Twitch subscription cost? Well, here it's 3.99 euros. And it's actually 50 cents more expensive if you use the mobile app. Which I didn't know, but I did. I used it and it was like, oh wait, that's a bit more expensive. And plus, weirdly enough, the subscription does not appear in the same tab. Twitch makes the distinction between a mobile sub, subscription purchased on mobile, and a Twitch sub. It's strange because it's the same. Like you get the same benefits. It's just, it's kind of a weird quirk. But I understand why they do it. So is it not the place with the people and such? Oh, here, right? Oh, here. You look weird. You're kind of blue. Are you the blue dude? I don't think you are. I'm not gonna get tricked. I'm not gonna do more fights than I need to. Nuh-uh. What's this thing? Whoa. Yep. So many books, but we can't read, unfortunately. Oh, what's that? 5 Ultra Balls! Yeah, it's a large snag machine. Oh, there's the blue man! I'm blue. There we go. I do like the way their names are like their color, but weird. So Bruno is Bluno, because it's blue. Croconaw! There's the boy! Oh wait, and it's Croconaw. It's gonna be super high level, so 1 level and we're good. It's gonna evolve right away. Awesome. Okay, Master Ball. Get in there. I'm gonna be so bummed out with when this glitch is fixed. I used the website to complete Gen 1. Ooh, good choice. That is always the one I say, like... If you think living dexes are too much of a commitment, or like too complicated or hard, do Gen 1. Gen 1 is the perfect living dex. Because the Gen 1 games were made not necessarily with the living dex in mind, but with completing your Pokédex in mind. So they made the experience actually fun and convenient and easy to do, so. The Gen 1 living dex, so far, out of the, let's say, 4 I have attempted, 4 living dexes, right, the first 4 gens, Gen 1 is by far the most fun. Like, it's so much fun, in fact, I'll probably redo it at some point, but on yellow. I'll get a yellow living dex, because it's just fun. It's just really fun. I hope you had fun with Gen 1, playing Gen 1. I don't know if you did a living dex, but I hope the website was helpful. Oh, you were subbing using mobile. Yeah, you actually do pay the extra fees yourself. Which is weird. It's weird. It's like, the same way some game release on several platforms, And each of these platforms, like Steam, you know, Sony, Nintendo, they all have their specific fees, their specific take. But you pretty much pay the same price everywhere. But Twitch is like, no, no, no. There are fees, you pay the fees. Meanwhile, so that's a thing that's, now that I'm into content creation, I'm noticing that is very, like, terrible, that is so bad, is, there's so many, like, pretty much every website, they hide the amount of, like the part of revenue they take is different. It's all over the place. It's even as a creator, it's tough to keep track of, and it's hidden to the consumer, to people who want to support their creator. They don't know how much money the creator is actually getting. That stuff is hidden. Like if you donate any amount through Twitch or YouTube or Patreon, it's going to be different. If on YouTube, it's going to be different depending on the way you support. You know, membership versus direct donations between or ads. Like it's all different. Like you get a different part of the revenue. It's weird. It's super weird. And like, yeah, like bits on Twitch versus a sub. Like it's just, you never know that stuff. Okay, so anyway, we got this guy, right? Okay, so that's one more. So I can go on the website. Can escape. Oh, wait. We could have just directly... Wait, that was like immediate... Wait a second. Uh-oh. Yeah. If you want to... Oh, no, I'm good. I don't need any alternative. Like, Patreon is the perfect way, but also on Twitch you get additional benefits, right? You get the Twitch chat and stuff. Like, it's... No, I'm fine with the way it works. I wish it was a bit more transparent, is all I'm asking for. Like, I wish, you know, as someone who donates to content creators myself, I wish I knew how much of the money they are getting, instead of having to guess or assume. Like, oh, I guess they're getting some part of it. Like, I'm fine with them not getting the full amount. That's the way it works. You know, the websites do provide a service. And, you know, they have server costs and everything. It's all good. Just, I wish I knew. Okay, more additions. It's cool, man. Like, but, like, it's weird how he's telling me, hey, here's some more Pokemon, but I caught all of them, pretty much. So, there we go. I think coffee might be one of the ways that take the least... Yeah, it takes the least, I think, is coffee. The thing is, yeah, but I do like the way Patreon is set up. It's a lot more convenient. Like, coffee is... It's not quite there yet. At least last time I checked. Okay, so let me just do this. We caught a Pokemon. We caught Croconaw. Okay. So next, we actually, yeah, we're missing like 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. We're missing 7 Pokemon. We could be done today. Today. That's exciting. Then all I have to do is make the video. I've started writing it. It's pretty much me being bummed out at this game having good parts and then being not fun to play. Okay, now they're just spamming me. Okay, so the game tells you, okay, so we've been hearing about shadow Pokemon from people visiting the Under. A lot of the visitors have seen the shadow Pokemon. Net in the Under should have more information. Okay. So right now, I'm just gonna follow the game and see what it, if it points me in the right direction, right? Like if it points me, or if I have to just guess stuff. Because so far, it has been pretty good with pointing me in the correct direction for the Shadow Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Hey, that's a positive. This game has a lot of negatives. A positive, I'm taking it. I should actually go to... So data on all the Pokemon we met so far. So that's the weirdest part, because we actually have a lot of Pokemon. Like, we've encountered a lot of them. We just can't play them. Like, I understand them not making every Pokemon available, but... It's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird that it is there, and you don't have access to it. Just make Pokemon Stadium 3, you cowards. So yeah, with Remoraid, can I... So Pyrite Building, snag failed. So I think it was the last guy, but unfortunately, if we want to do it again, because if it's in the same building, if we want to do this again, we'll have to go through the entire building, I think. And those trainers are going to want to fight me again. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, no. But no, because it doesn't open from this side, because that would be too convenient. Right. Okay, so I'm not even going to... Yeah, I don't want to fight you. Also, check this out. Here's the thing we've discovered. The girl goes in front of you, but since she's so inconvenient to get around, boop, they swap places. Have you noticed? Yeah. Even the game knows it's bad. The sidekick just being in your way all the time. So the guide, yeah, I'm gonna keep the guide open. Did I pick up the disc in the Snag'em base? I did. I thought I had all the discs. Oh no, I guess I'm missing one. Right? Wait a second. I have the F, R, U. Oh, so I did not pick up the D disc. Well, bummer. There's been a sneaky trainer in the Under lately. There's a guy in front of the junk shop named Gurks. Oh, so now... Okay, so now we fight this guy, and we have to fight the other guy. Okay. So the game does force us to do fights a little bit. So where's this Gurks guy? He was in front of the junk shop? In front of something? Did I instantly forgot. Oh. The enemy's too strong. So where is D-Disc then? Pokemon Stadium 3 is Pokemon Revolution. Yeah, what I'm saying is this game, they clearly wanted to make Stadium 3 or something. Or I guess they should have made Stadium 3 is what I'm saying. But yeah, Pokemon Revolution. There's nothing here. Pokemon Revolution. For as much as I love Gen 4, I never even tried it out. I don't know what the game is about. I know nothing. Wait. Who's this dude? Okay, whatever. So they're still stuck in, like, lower story. Like, the previous part of the story. So it's the post-game, but they've not heard. They don't know where the champion. Yeah, but what's the junk shop? So I'm gonna go around and see. D-Disc is on Gonzap's desk. Wait, but I thought I did get it. Well, I did get to the desk and I thought I picked it up. Or I tried to pick it up, like to check the desk, and there was nothing. I don't know. So, dude in front of the junk shop? So what? Oh, that's junk. Yeah, there you go. That's the dude. So that's how the game... Okay. I guess it's not too bad. You do a fight that leads you to a new place to do a fight. That's not too bad. Because at least here, see, I know the trainers, and I know, you know, what they're doing, and that if I talk to them, I will fight them. Like, that's alright. We have a way lowered couple. We're gonna Shadow Rush them. Let's do this. It's such a weird helicopter Metagross. Did not imagine that's how Metagross attacked, but D-Disc only shows up after beating Gonzap in the post-game. Oh, okay. Wait, but what does it even do? Does the D-Disc give us a flute? Or anything interesting? Because I know it's the last chest we've not seen, but is it like Amulet Coin? I love encountering and meeting new Pokemon, loving them, and making these bonds. Let's Go was a lot of fun for me to play. Yeah, that's why this game's a bummer, because like the fun part of Pokemon is encountering a bunch of new Pokemon and, you know, switching your team up and giving them fun names and stuff. And this game's like, nah, Shadow Pokemon. Have you heard of them? Hey, Kaito! How you doing? Hope you're having a great time. Having a great day. Alright, so that was my Shadow Pokemon time. Now it's time for the actual fighting Pokemon. Two Wailords. This guy's compensating for something. Yeah, it's like giant Pokemon. Look at this. I can't even see the screen anymore. I don't know what's going on. The D-Disc is for post-game story, where the L-Disc is for the Amulet Coin. Oh, it's a bunch of stuff. Okay. So see, that's why, that's exactly the type of stuff I would be writing on the website, but there's no way for me to know this before playing it, like to know the Amulet Coin is that important, because we're gonna need a lot of money, and the fact that, you know, that's post-game stuff is so relevant. Like, it's still relevant even after we've beaten the game. Can someone tell me why Noctowl was named 7 hours? Oh, as someone answered, yeah. Because it took us 7 hours to purify Pokemon. The first stream of this game was stupidly long because it's like, oh, I'm gonna play until I get purification, because that's when the game opens up, right? Well, 7 hours. From the start to when we can purify Pokemon, 7 hours. Some games don't even last that long and are more satisfying. Rosso had a Shadow Quilava, that's what I want. But where, though? But where? Wait, where? What do you mean? But where? That's the only thing I care about. What the crap, man? The one thing I cared about, and you don't know. Awesome. We're also at the Shadow Pokemon Lab, but the game never tells you. Well, I was about to check the website because I've put it on the website, so thank you for telling me I don't have to look it up. It's literally the only thing I cared about is like what place do I go next, because I know it's the colored dudes. I need to do, but whatever. All right, so who cares? Oh, this guy again. Yeah, whatever. What do you think you're doing here? Oh my god, you want to fight me for like the 4th time? My Pokemon are leveled up. No, not even. They're only 40. So what's the point even? Why are you here? What do I even do? I can't Earthquake this team. Good battle to call a Pokemon in. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. I guess we still have to do the Shadow Pokemon grind. I don't think so, because that part of the game takes so long. I don't think we'll be able to be done today. Because that grind is gonna take some time, so I think we should be done tomorrow. Tropius, you're my favorite. I do love Banana Man. It's one of my favorite designs. It's silly. I was so bummed out when the Tropius in Scarlet were like minuscule. Like they were so small. It was ridiculous. Does Cologne work while they're in hyper mode? The thing to lower their heart gauge, I think so. So wait, I missed. So the D disc is for post-game story and the L disc is for the amulet coin. But like, wait, so the L disc, there's another disc. Okay, but like, is this other disc also part of the story or something, or do I need to go out of my way to get it? Because I'm also thinking, while I'm here, I could do the special fight where Mirror B was. But that's also going to take forever to get to. Oh, the L disc. Okay, so the L disc. Right. So I'm not missing anything. I just need to do basically this subplot. Look at this. That's dumb. Look at this. 2 Master Balls. I didn't notice before. 2 Master Balls on the thing. In the machine. So I don't have a choice. I need to fight everybody again. Oh my god, that's so dumb. I'm going to lurk. Can't wait for the next video. Good luck. Thank you very much. It should. I'm trying to have it released by Friday, mainly because I need to finish the game. So if I didn't need to finish the game, you know, it would be good. But since I still need to play and finish the game, well. It takes longer. That is the downside. Yeah, at least these small fights are not too bad because we can beat them pretty quickly, and they allow our shadow Pokemon to unshadow themselves. Like, it's not the most thrilling gameplay, but at least it's actually required. Like, we're not doing extra fights because these fights were going to happen regardless. Either this or we had to grind for money, so we probably need to do both. Wow, Metagross has so much heart gauge. Yep. So nothing. I did nothing this turn. Nothing. 0. 0, 0, 0. Nothing. Hey, Tropius! Yay! Yeah, Metagross. Yeah, more no turns. Oh, look at that! Awesome. It is working as intended, this gameplay. It's so good. Peak gameplay, yeah. I wonder if you'll mention how much chat has helped you in the Colosseum video. I'll probably mention it once, but I don't want to... It's always strange. It's always bad manner to... At least I believe. To mention stuff that other people have missed or can't do anything about. It's like, oh man, other people were there and helped out. Too bad it's too late now. You're not here and you can't join in because the playthrough's over. So I tend to dwell on that too much. Because even though I streamed most of Gen 2 and then Emerald, I barely mentioned any chat interactions and jokes and stuff. Because it's strange. It's always like why are you mentioning it? Like what's the point if people can't do anything about it anymore? So that's usually the best I do is, hey, people have helped me out. And that's as far as I go. Yeah, nature. Yeah, forget. Nature. Yeah, no, it's good, dude. I've beat you already. Yeah, I forgot nature also is a thing. Because why wouldn't it be? It's extra dumb that nature has an influence, because it's like... It's only a thing, like, how would you know? Like, genuinely, you're playing the game, you have no... You don't look stuff up. How would you know, first? And second... Why would it be a thing? Like, what does it change? What does it... Is it an interesting game mechanic? Because it's a game mechanic. But just because it can be a thing that's made... doesn't mean it's a thing that should be made. Like, what does it add? What does nature... Like, Shadow Pokemon being tied to nature... What does it change in the gameplay? Nothing. Because if you don't know the baseline... It doesn't matter. And if you do know the baseline, all you know is that you may sometimes get screwed over for no reason. For something you have no influence on because you can only ever catch one Pokemon. Like, that's weird. That is so strange that it has nature have an effect on purification. Look at this! That is 2 angry, smelly Pokemon. Bam! Have you seen the smell on these Pokemon? That's right, they smell so bad you can see it. Let me call and call. Yeah, that's hyper mode, call. This is this game's idea of gameplay. What's wrong with Shadow Pokemon? This turn. This exact turn. What's the problem with Shadow Pokemon? You just saw it. You just saw the problem. Purification being affected by nature really just adds more unnecessary RNG. Even more than unnecessary, it's like, not only is it unnecessary, but it's also unnoticeable for the player. Like, like the random player going through Colosseum is not gonna know it's a thing. Like it's not like you have any influence over how much like you're losing. Like it's a bunch of numbers that's behind the scenes that the player never get to see or have an influence over. Like it's not like you can plan if you're like, oh, this one has a nature where it's more difficult, I'll plan around it. It's like, no, it doesn't change the way you approach the game. It just doesn't. You'll play the game the exact same way, you'll deal with purification the exact same way. It doesn't do anything but make it like one more thing that the developers thought of. But it's not interacting with the player in any way. It's just a thing the developers thought of, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Well, it's cool for you, but it's not cool for the player. Do you want the list of nature's effect on purification? Oh, yeah, I can actually look that stuff up. Let's see. Alright, now we can actually fight. Let's go Espeon. I will take a look at the list. How does this work? Wow, so it's just... Wow, so the differences are insane, actually. I thought it was slight, but no. No, no, no. Like, there's a baseline, and then there's, like... Wow. It's so bad. Because, like, it's dependent... I thought it was a baseline of, like... That one is tougher, that one... It's like, no, it makes some Pokemon... like better to be called, Pokemon that are better to be using Scent on. Oh wow, it's so bad. Like, so here's the thing. Is there a way for the player to know this? Like, is this actually... Is there a way to know that stuff in-game? Like, actually know about it? Right. So it's the dumbest mechanic. Like, it's so stupid. What the crap? Because like at that point, it's been thought out. So I will tell you where it could be interesting if I knew, hey, like beforehand, you get the Shadow Pokemon, it's full, and it tells you, hey, that Pokemon, instead of the nature, it puts a message like it's better with being cold, or like it reacts better to combat, or it reacts better to oils or whatever. That would be good, because then you would know it would mix things up, because like in essence it allows you, it kind of encourages you to mix things up and not just grind the same way, to grind purification the same way, right? So that's not too bad. That's a good way to do it. But because the player doesn't know about it, they're not gonna change their playstyle to fit that, If I knew, hey, that Pokemon's better to be called, like, okay, well then I would call them all the time. That one's better at fighting, well, I would keep it in hyper mode. Like, I would actually change my playstyle a bit. Not a lot, but I would change it. But no. That's so bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. And plus, if I recall correctly, you don't get the nature until they're purified. It's even dumber than I thought. Because here, I don't even know the nature. It's after the second bar. Oh, so it does show up at some point. But at that point, like, you're already doing the grind. Like, you're already grinding. If you decided, hey, I'm gonna go, like, At that point, why even bother? Like, just buy oils for everybody. Like, grind money and buy oils. You get nature early. Well, I don't know. I've been using Metagross for quite a while, and I've been calling it several times. I still don't have the nature. So early is relative. Oh my god. Like a lot of things about this game, it's just like they added mechanics and didn't actually play them. Because it wouldn't take long to realize, yeah, that stuff is dumb. It really is like amateurish. Like, you really can see the lack of experience from the team, because it's just like a bunch of super amateurish mistakes of like, oh, I have an idea, let me put it in the game. But no, you can't just add mechanics into a game or change them because you decided, and hopefully it works out. Like, that's not how game mechanics work. Because, like, in theory, okay, I get the nature part. If you could do something about it, sure. Because it would allow you to mix up your playstyle, but... Wow. I guess in a way it does fit the Pokemon formula, which is add a bunch of really obscure mechanics and never explain how they actually work. I mean, that's par for the course. That's a pretty Pokemon thing to do. Pokemon loves its obtuse hidden mechanics. Yeah, in a way, like, that is the most Pokemon thing this game does. It's like good luck knowing how friendship works in early games. Oh, good luck, Bass, with your purification grinding, which sounds like the worst thing. Sounds so bad, but yeah. You should now know Tropius's nature as it's past the second bar. Yeah, I'm assuming now. But it's dumb. Because then, like, if the goal of having nature, like, even if the player was able to see all that stuff and to see the numbers and to know, okay, that nature is better if you do this, like, wouldn't hiding the nature behind the first two bars force the player into one specific purification playstyle, thus nullifying the need to, like, have mechanics to mix things up? Because, like, the way you get past those first two bars is gonna be the way you decide to do the entire thing. Like, at that point, you're already forced to play a certain way. It's dumb. It's dumb, this whole thing. Man. Turns out we finished the game and we're still learning about silly mechanics this game has. Great. Awesome. The shadow mechanics is the garbage can that keeps on giving. They have gotten a hell of a lot better about hidden mechanics. Yeah, I believe so. But Gen 3, they were right in the middle of it. One day I will hit too. There we go. There we go. Actually hitting. Imagine that. It's funny because we are hitting the exact complaint I have about the shadow mechanic. The purification mechanic is the moment, have you noticed? The moment we went back to try to purify Pokemon, the game's pace has halted. Every fight started taking forever. We had to go back every 2 seconds, like every 2 encounter and heal. every fight is taking forever. It's just like, oh my. Like, that is exactly the problem I have with this mechanic. Is the moment you want to purify Pokemon, that's it. It's the grind. It is just like, the game grinds to a halt so you can grind. It's insane. Like, how is that fun in any way? Like, it goes back to what I was complaining about earlier in the game, where it's like, how about we make capturing Pokemon the worst experience in any way? It's ridiculous. It's like, let's break catching Pokemon on a very core level. It makes you guess, but you can usually narrow it down by looking at stats compared to a stat calculator. So here's the problem with that. To do this, you must, as a player, first know that nature affects it. Which I think there's one line, or like one document, Ein document, that tells you. You must know that the effect is big enough, or assume that the effect is big enough that you should pay attention to it, instead of it being a throwaway line. And third, you must care enough about that part. And that's the part where it breaks. Would you rather like have to do the calculation and look stuff up and like, oh well, how does it work? Or would you rather spend that time coming up with a mindless, easy to do and quick like purification way? Like, I don't know about you, I would rather spend that time finding ways to grind for money so I can just use oils. Like, because it's just the most convenient way to handle that regardless. Because it's mindless, you don't need to think about it. It works on any Pokemon. Because the problem with the cold mechanic is that you gotta pay attention somewhat. And the fights are going to take a long time. So if you're going to do the fights anyway, just grind for money, use oils. Bam, faster. Problem solved. Amulet coin. Old RPGs force you into looking everything up. Yeah, that's why I don't like a lot of old RPGs. And that's why they changed. Because the moment the audience became wider and bigger, they realized, hey, normal people who are not like super like old school RPG fans don't like dealing with this stuff because it's dumb. It's your job as a game developer to make that stuff compelling, not the player's job to figure out what you meant, or like how your mechanic works. Like, there's a way that stuff has changed. Now, there are games that clearly go way too far in not having hidden mechanics or, like, simplifying things. Of course. But I think too many times the player is supposed to, in old games, the player is supposed to design the game itself. It's like, okay, well, I'm supposed to figure out what's fun about this and make it fun myself, figure out the mechanics, go into code, look stuff up on outside resources. It's like, ugh. I recently played Oblivion. Morrowind, not Oblivion, Morrowind. It's like, I like RPGs, man, but you gotta give me something. There's too much in there. I want to get in there and have some fun and roleplay. I don't want to have to deal with screens and screens and screens of stats and items and like level up. How does level up work? Be careful not to use your know to use your bed when you don't have the correct side stats and stuff. Ugh. Ugh. It's the worst. Old RPGs basically forced you into buying into guides and magazine subscriptions. There is a thing to say about that, yeah, like, a lot of the older games kind of relied on strategy guides and stuff. And I'm not saying it's, like, necessarily, like it's not fun in a way, like, that's, for a lot of people, it was the fun of Dark Souls, right? Like, kind of have the community figure stuff out. But it can be the core design. Like, I played Dark Souls 1 with no help and no outside anything. You can still figure that stuff out yourself. The information is there. You will miss some things. You will miss a lot of stuff, but the game is still fun on its own. I think it's here, right? Where is the thing? I want to avoid as many fights as possible, but I think we don't have a choice. All right. Ugh. Old game was obtuse to hinder players. Old games, it's very strange because old games, it has gone back and forth on this, like general game design trends. Old games cared a lot more about what is the term for it? Playtime, I guess. All right, it cared a lot. I was about to use Earthquake. That's not a good. Yeah. Yeah, playtime was a huge deal. You had to figure out ways to make the game last for super long for no reason. Which, you know, is still a thing in free-to-play games nowadays. Like, it's the freemium games that rely on this heavily. But before it was a huge deal. Like, I recall old reviews, a lot of old magazines and stuff. One of their criteria for judging a game's quality was how long you could play it for, like how long it lasted. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still somewhat relevant, but it was not such a huge deal. Like, a lot of old mechanics were specifically made to make the game longer, but arbitrarily so. Longevity, yeah, longevity. Thank you very much. Popping in with the right word, the word I was looking for. The reason was to murder the rent market. Maybe in the US, but renting games is not a thing outside the US. I've never even heard of a rent shop before. Well, actually, before the Gen 2 Living Decks, where people told me, hey, you know, that stuff is relevant in the US. Oh, in Sweden it was a thing. Okay, I know in France it was, like, I know there was some shops, but I think the old games market was a bigger thing than the rent market. Because I think that's where games started to go. By the way, this Oddish attack animation is awesome, by the way. It's so good. But I know that's where we started having a lot of season passes, and DLC was where publishers wanted to fight against the used game market. So I know that was very relevant. I think the rental. I don't know. All I know is that, regardless of the reason, a lot of games became super, super long and grindy. It's the same way, like, lives in games exist because of arcade games and, like, putting quarters in. Because lives in a in a console game that you play at home makes no sense. Like, it's not like you're gonna go, I ran out of lives. Well, I guess I gotta stop playing. Like, lives existed to force you to pump quarters into an arcade machine. Oh, and by the way, yeah, like, so Digimon games are hilarious to me. It started with the most obscure, nothing explained gameplay. Then it gradually shifted towards the most watered-down RPG battles I've played in Cyber Sleuth. So I didn't play later Digimon games, but I've played the early ones on PlayStation. If you want a game that doesn't tell you anything, like zero things, the early Digimon games, my god, it's insane. Like, it's not like they're well designed either, but then like it's super weirdly designed and kind of appealing because it is different. But also, they don't tell you anything, like nothing. Not even how the core combat works. Just, I don't know, just press some button, but you don't control the the Digimon directly. But also you gotta train it, but then at some point it dies and resurrects or something. I don't. And then if it eats too much poop, it becomes a poop Digimon or something. No, if it poops too much, it becomes a poop Digimon that can eat the poop. It's so weird. It's so weird. This game is so weird. I should play it on stream one day. And just, like, while knowing mechanics, to know if I can actually beat that game. Because I recall as a kid playing it a long time, like a while, and not having any idea, like not making any progress. I had no idea how anything worked. I guess it was Digimon World 1. I did play 2 eventually. I don't remember anything about 2. But I remember spending a lot of time on 1, not knowing anything. That game was so weird. Some of the old Zelda games, I feel like I would have never figured out some of the puzzles without the internet. I could not finish Zelda 1, or I wouldn't have finished Zelda 1 without a guide. Like the original Zelda? No way. 0% chance. So we're not missing anything here, right? Like a post-game. Doesn't appear as if it will work. But keep it on, yeah, just use that electricity. It's not like it was a plot point that we ran out of juice. I guess we didn't run out of juice. Did we? Someone removed a thing. I think it was I think that was the issue. But anyway, yeah. The Zelda, the first Legend of Zelda. Super open. Surprisingly really good game. Like, it has aged really well. Like, a lot better than that I had anticipated when I played it. But also some of that stuff. That's why you have NPCs that tell you things, and like a story where people can point you in the right direction. Transformation is unbelievable. Believe me, the fusion system is pretty cool though. Oh, about Digimon? Yeah. I do, like, there was something, that's the part that was really weird, is that for as obtuse and just confusing as Digimon World was, I did play a lot of it. There was something I wanted to understand. There was something there. But what? I had no idea. Like, the game didn't make a good job. It didn't present things correctly. But there was something. There clearly was something different and interesting. So now our job is to find the right path that is not Blocked by trainers. So, well, I guess we need to find the correct path that is not side items because we've already picked them up. I think that's a side room. Yeah, see, that's not here. I don't think that's... Yeah, I think that's a side room. Digimon World 3 is my top worst RPG list because of how little it tells you to progress the plot and how it backtracks as hardcore as it can. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Backtracking. Oh man. If we're talking about terrible mechanics that pad out a game, backtracking. As much as I loved Emerald, and I still do, the early game has way too much backtracking. It just destroys pacing and makes the early game really repetitive and not fun. And that is like coming from someone who has fully played Emerald recently and has loved it. The backtracking was one of the reasons I never finished Colosseum before. Not Colosseum, Emerald. Like, yeah, it's backtracking. Oh. It's weird too, because backtracking does well. It can be really fun and interesting. Like, the whole crux of Metroidvania games is to make backtracking fun and interesting. Like, it's a core part of the game. And then RPGs are like, backtracking? That'll add a couple more hours. Let's do this. I tried it last year and couldn't win the first battle. In Digimon World 3? Even looking things up, I didn't understand it. Oh, so it turns out Digimon World is not even the worst one then. It gets even worse. Jaden tried a Digimon game and hated it. Digimon World Dawn. Isn't that like a more recent one though? Oh, Digimon World 1. 3 was actually understandable. So I recall as a kid, I got to a point with Digimon World 1 where there's a forest thing. I remember progressing through the plots and even at some point learning more moves, right? And then my Digimon went through the rebirth phase, or however this works, and then all of a sudden I was screwed for no reason. Because you go back to square one. Like, that's the dumbest thing. You folks are teaching me things about Digimon World that I never, like, that was a long time ago. Good to know that the other World games are also really good. Good, you know, good. The same way Colosseum is a good game. When I tried 3, I stepped out of the tutorial and immediately ran into an area I wasn't supposed to be in, got one shot. Ah, yes. Good. It's your fault, trying to explore. What are you doing? That's why we can't have exploration in games. People get lost and then they lose, and then they complain. I say we make games linear. Come on. I can do this. Come on, the sneak. Sneaky, sneaky. Nope. It's, speaking of backtracking, you know, it's, this whole thing we're doing is terrible, by the way. It's so bad. We're basically backtracking a place we've already been to, fighting fights we've already fought, against Pokemon that are so low level they don't pose a threat. Because we have to, I guess. Like, nice. And that is the way the game handles, like, leveling you up and fighting. Is like, yep. Yeah, that's ugh. This animation, though, is still very good. If the backtracking adds value, like finding new location and items, then it's worth it. Yeah, that's how Metroidvania handles it. And that's why the least fun of them are the ones that do mess that up. Because not all of them are great. And there are ones where you just backtrack to backtrack. Or where the map is too confusing, that doesn't make it fun. Digimon World Dawn is a giant maze. I mean, I like mazes, that could be fun. I've personally only played 2 games in one Digimon Cyber Sleuth game on Switch. Having too many games, I never finished the second game. Ah. That's the thing I used to have. I used to have like like a lot of people have, like a games to be played, like a list of games I want to play, right? Like a backlog. I used to buy more games than I would play. I used to have a backlog. And then kind of force myself to play games. Until I realized if I stop playing these games, it's because they stop being interesting or fun. And at some point, why am I forcing myself to play the games? And to have a list of games to play like a job, when clearly the game was not fun enough to hold my attention the entire way. So now I don't have a backlog, and I also buy way less games. Because I expect the games I play to hold my attention. Like, I tend to rage... Well, not rage quit, but... I do rage quit some games. You know, I'll admit that. One of the worst games I rage quitted was what was it? It's the Zelda Skyward Sword. Once the game was like, hey, go to every area again and fight this boss for like the 3rd time, I was like, no, you know what? If you're not gonna make new content, I'm not gonna play your content. I've already played through this, I'm done. So sometimes there are games I rage quit, but then there are some games where it's like, if you couldn't hold my attention for more than 3 hours, then you're doing something wrong. Like, it's not interesting. Because there are some games where it takes a long time to play. It always took me like months to play Mass Effect games, because I'll play like Mass Effect for like 2 days straight, then not play it for like a month, and then come back to it, play it for 2 days straight, do everything, then take a month break and stuff. But I always want to come back. But there's so many games where I'm like, yeah, I guess it's kind of neat, but I've got other games to play, and at that point, you know, maybe the game is not that interesting. What are we doing here? I guess we're fighting. I was like, oh, what about the types? But it's good. What I mean is the entire game was a maze. Oh yeah, no, I bet. I did get that. Hey Lyra, are you enjoying Purifying 48 Pokemon? It's fun, right? Oh no, it's so much fun, dude. It's the best. Clearly you know how good it is. I'm assuming you've done it before. It is super fun and interesting, this game. Hey, at least we beat the fight. We beat the final boss. And also, like, I'm not missing any Pokemon. I'm just, I heard there's a special encounter if we go back to where Mirror B was. So I'm going back there and I'm seeing what the encounter will be. So it's extra fun because not only am I purifying Pokemon, I'm also purifying Pokemon by doing fights I've already done, trying to figure out a maze I've already solved before. And just, you know, the only reason I'm not crushing these low-level Pokemon I've fought before is because my Pokemon keep missing turns. Because they don't feel like it. Look at, like this. We literally had a turn that was hyper, call. That was 2 turns of combat. It was so good. It was so good and well thought out. XD has twice as much shadows and it takes like a quarter of the time to purify them all. Yeah, I heard there's a well, don't tell me how it works exactly, but I heard there's a specific like circle mechanic and stuff with typing that's actually, you know, thought to be interesting. Yeah. Oh, this is good. Great! Oh, keep doing it! I love it! Keep going to hyper mode. It's my favorite part about this game. Please don't stop. Never stop. It makes you think and a bit of strategy. Yeah. Just do, yeah, and call the Tropius. Yo, Tropius. You want to grab a beer? Something? I need it. Yeah, more! Doing more! Never stop. Never stop this fight. It's so good. Keep going. No, you took down Tropius. We're gonna have another hyper mode fun. Oh. The funniest part about this is that we're actually playing the game as intended. Like, this is actual peak gameplay. Like, the way the mechanics are designed, we are playing the game exactly the way we're supposed to. Like, it's not like we're doing something weird that the game didn't foresee. No, we are playing the game exactly the way it was intended. Like, to me, that's the insane part. That's why this game drives me crazy. And why I don't understand Colosseum. Because anybody actually playing the game for 5 minutes would go, yeah, this is ridiculous. I guess standards were lower back then. You know, like, if we're being real... Like, we like to complain about the lack of quality. Like, oh, newer games, you know, they always have patch 1 DLC. Not patch 1 DLC, but like, they have to day 1 patches. Is what I meant. Like, oh, but the overall quality and the level of quality to expect from games has gone up significantly. Like, that's the thing people forget about old games is a lot of them were bad. Like, the baseline for quality was so much lower. Like, bad games now, like nowadays, are better than a lot of good old games. Like, it takes a lot for a game to be bad nowadays. At worst, it's boring. Or has been done better already, but... It's all about quality of life. Yeah. Yep. Like nowadays, if you want a real bad game, you usually have to go like the kind of stuff that's gets crapped out on the Steam store that's made by like one dude with Unity assets in 2 days or something. But like anything produced nowadays is like at least like it has some redeeming qualities. The purification minigame is actually really fun. Oh, in XD, yeah. That's what I've heard. I've heard there's a minigame tied to it. This is an ugly pattern. What? What are you talking about? This is crazy. How many more do you have to purify? Oh, I've not even started the purification stream. Right now, I'm trying to catch all of them. I'm not actually trying to purify Pokemon. I heard there was a secret boss fight here, so I'm just going here. But it takes me 2 hours because we have to refight trainers. Because why not? Because I don't know what fun is. This is clearly it. I can also see why this game, like, how you could love this game as a kid, because as a kid you have a much higher tolerance for, pardon the term, grindy bullshit. Because when you're a kid, that's all you have. You have all the time in the world. So when a game is like wasting your time for hours, you're like, oh, whatever. That's games, right? As an adult, I'm like, no, man. Like, come on. If you're gonna take my time, I want you to use it well, not waste it. If I wanted my time to be wasted, I'd keep playing MMOs, which I have for a long time. I have like a stupid amount. I still play MMOs quite often. I have a stupid amount of hours in MMOs, but hey, that is purposeful. I've chosen that. If I play a JRPG, I want the JRPG experience. So what is going on here? What's up? Oh, wait a second. Did we? What were you folks doing? Oh wait, so jail? Oh, okay. I thought. Did we interrupt some sexy time? What's going on? Were you making out before I entered the room? What's going on here? Oh! Oh, that's good. Oh, there's the Remoraid. There's the Remoraid. Awesome. Watch me use a Master Ball on this level 20 Remoraid. Look at this. Aw, yeah. Bam. You know I'm gonna use a Master Ball. Because why not? No reason not to. What? We cut the Remoraid? That's crazy. Ah, I really want the Love Disc. Oh, good. Tropius is going to be purified soon. Awesome. It's going to gain like 10 XP because we've not fought anything with it. We just keep calling it. Call. Tropius! Stop with this garbage. Please. Exactly me with this game. Oh, when I was talking about, like, tolerance or grindy bullshit. Yeah. And I'm not saying, like, I'm above it. There's definitely stuff that... games I've played that I used to love as a kid. Like, I think one of the most, like, heartbreaking example was Final Fantasy IX. It's still my favorite Final Fantasy. But man, the combat, I did not remember how bad it was, because it's not good. It's super long, it takes forever. The mechanic where you have to grind to learn abilities, it's just that. It's just a grind. Oh man, when I replayed it, it was eye-opening. Like I had a way higher tolerance for that stuff as a kid. Like, the idea of just spending a couple of hours just grinding to learn abilities. I did not even blink. Like, it's like, oh, it's fine. I did not even, like, bat an eye. I was like, sure, whatever. Now I'm like, why though? Like, why? Why grind? What does it add but grind? There's no point in any of this. And considering this game is so much just grind, that's why I'm so, like, harsh on it. Because nowadays, I don't want to grind anymore. It's all good. Although, I'm an idiot, too. Like, I'm a complete dumbass because I say I don't want to grind while doing a living Pokédex. Right. What are you doing, idiot? "18-year-old who's unemployed, I just have as much time as I did when I was a kid." The difference is, as a kid, there's nothing else to do but play games. That is your job as a kid. As an adult, though, there's so many things you can do. You have a lot more opportunities, a bunch more stuff you can do. You can do anything. Okay, so I'm guessing we're gonna fight the second lady? I didn't ask for a battle that intense. Right, with the Master Ball and stuff. It was crazy. Okay, so are you gonna have another Pokemon I missed? That would be cool. I would enjoy this. Sharpedo and Yanma. I think I missed... Yanma is a Pokemon I missed, right? Maybe. Miracle Bee is gone forever. Yeah, Mirror Bee. Wait, you saying Miracle Bee? Was there another character here? Or something? Oh, so no new Pokemon. Dragon Breath, I guess. You guys are high level. This is pretty scary. Miracle Bee never appears after... Oh, so I missed content. And yes, Blissey, I am now using the Master Ball glitch. So actually, there's something else I'm using that I'm not using yet, but you will see once we get to it. But this game has officially broken me. Because someone reminded me, I specifically said I will not be using Master Ball glitches because it's not fun. It doesn't make capture fun. The problem is in this game, capture is not fun. So I am indeed using the Infinite Master Ball glitch, and I don't regret it a second. Anything that makes this not as stupid and long, I'll take. I will 100% take. The game expects you to come here 3 times to see all the content. Right, because, like, then if there was an encounter here, the game would assume that you... Oh, yeah. This game really expects you to grind like crazy. It's funny, because we were talking earlier about there being a dev option to remove, what is it? Animations? That's probably... In what little testing they did, they needed to go quickly, right? Like to go places quickly. But to me, it's crazy that they didn't think the player would also want to do that and not have to deal with all the animations about everything all the time. Like, because the weird part, like, what makes this bad is not that you have to redo all the trainers, is that every trainer takes forever because we are still looking at all these animations. All of them. And yeah, they look really good. But I've seen them already. I've seen them like 50 times, 100 times, 200 times. I don't even know. People seem to have forgotten that FF9 on the PSX had battle transition that almost took a full minute before the combat starts. Not a full minute. That's too much, but yeah, it is. That game is a lot slower than I remembered. It's funny because I had Final Fantasy IX is a game I loved as a kid. Replaying it, I love it even more, but for very different reasons. Because one of my favorite parts as a kid was the combat, was the grinding. I actually did enjoy the grind. I enjoyed, like, seeing my team gain abilities. And when I replayed it, I was like, those fights take forever, and if you want to learn the abilities, it takes, you know, you just have to grind. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Find the best way to grind, and grind like an idiot. And it's not interesting. And then if you miss items, because a bunch of items are missable until the end of the game, so it's like, oh, it's an extra layer of crap. But then the story, as a kid, I was like, I guess it's all right. It's good. It looks impressive. As an adult, though, that story, oh boy, it hits you. Hits you in all the right places. School is a kid's job. Oh yeah, I was talking about a kid's job. I don't know, depending on the school. It depends if you're... For me at least, school didn't become a job until high school. That's where things become serious. Where it's serious time. And even then, like, the first year is fine. But before then, like, whatever. School was fun time. I was excited to go to school. Then you go to high school and everything goes wrong. Okay, so apparently I missed the encounter. The special encounter. Huh. Yep. So all of this, so genuinely, all of this, all of what we did for one Remoraid. That's it. Oh, Bass, you're not doing the purification grind. Aw. The game got the better of you. if you went there before beating the game, there's a wannabe Mirror B with wacky music. It's just a for fun thing, though. Right. It's for fun. That's why they hid it behind redoing a full area you've already beat. Because their idea of fun is different. It's very different. Remember the time where we actually did this entire area, got to the end, and then the game gracefully, mercifully rather, teleported us to the start, like to the town, as part of the plot? Yeah, it's not gonna do that now. We have to find our way back. Does this game have escape ropes? It doesn't, right? It's not this type of game. It's not escape ropes. Who cares? Even Gen 1, you could shut off animations. The Square Dev did not learn that lesson. It's not the only lesson. That is the most jarring part about this game, is a lot of these issues were non-existent. Like, were fixed, were understood in Gen 1. Like, it's not something the Pokemon games eventually fixed. The first game fixed it from the start. Like, they knew about that stuff. Like the fact that giving players a goal, right? A main goal to go towards, right? Beating the Elite Four is a good thing, right? Breaking up the encounters in routes, not in towns, like just routes, and then gyms. Like having several areas, but like not have one area be too long. Like, they kind of messed some stuff up. But overall, Gen 1 is pretty good with its pacing. It's pretty good at keeping things fresh. It is, you know, mixing things up. It's yeah. They ironed that stuff out, but the first game had a lot of it right, you know, from the start. So it's embarrassing that this game, this Gen 3 game, feels worse than a Gen 1 game, than Red and Blue. To me, that's one of the saddest parts. Like, if this was the first Pokemon game, fine. They made some mistakes. They tried stuff out. It didn't work. Okay, well, I guess all of this for one Remoraid. I love it.